My sister said, I don't know what she said. She did have a suggestion for how we should start this podcast. I forgot. Um, it's in my phone. But what's up, guys? I'm Jamal,
Bourbon here.
and we
That
are
was
back.
awkward.
I know that was even worse.
We're gonna get this down, you guys. We're gonna get the intro down somehow, some way, sometime soon.
Yeah, that was even worse than before. But I also kind of like the idea of just this being a continuous running gag of us never getting it down packed. I kind of like that. We should discuss that off camera.
We'll get it eventually.
Or
not.
Anyway, how you been, man? How your week been? Be honest too.
I don't want to be honest.
You gotta be honest, bro. Cause we gotta have that conversation.
Oh my God! This week
You don't gotta say why.
No, I won't. I won't. I've been on a very strenuous roller coaster, and I am extremely exhausted. So if I look more busted than usual, you can acquire that to the week. But
how can you, what?
What?
Hell,
more busted because
how
I
does
look
a
the
person
same
look
every time.
busted? Like you put the clothes on, you put the hat on, you good.
I don't got bags under my eyes.
Oh my gosh, cut it out.
No.
Is that a thing? Do you get those? Do you actually
look?
get
If
them?
I actually would get them, like I'd be able to put sandwiches in, but then they would be.
That would be the sweet.
But like, do they hang low? Do they roll to in front? No, I'm just kidding. No, thankfully I don't actually. But just for example, last night, my best friend, Bestie Point Two, her mom.
Oh, you better not say it.
Oh no, we have to put it out there. Can't upset Amberly. Her mom asked me to make cookies for her job, Easter cookies. Something you guys don't know about me. I used to bake cakes, and so I still do for the family events or anything. And for some reason, like 4 years ago, she asked me if I would make cookies for a coworker. I was like, yeah, sure. They're ice cookies, with design on them. And from there, I've kind of become her cookie lady, I guess. For a while, it was like back to back, and I was like, I can't do this anymore because the time that it takes, and I had a newborn and all that. But I guess it came up in a crunch. I don't know if they had an order and it fell through. I don't know what happened, but she texted me on Monday if I could make her 100 Easter cookies. And
For when?
For Thursday. For today. So, of course, I love this woman to death, so I don't know how to say no to people I don't care about, so you can imagine.
I was waiting for you to finish so I could say, here we go.
So
Back
you
to
can
that
imagine.
previous conversation, she doesn't know how to say no to anybody.
I don't.
Oh, I would have loved to say no.
Anyway,
Heartbeat.
so long story short, my game plan, because I am very busy after work this week, my grandma and my family wanted to celebrate Melissa's birthday, so we had a birthday dinner for her on Wednesday. I had to get my nails done and all that on Tuesday. So my game plan was like, okay, go get my nails done on Tuesday. I'll come home and I'll make the dough. And then bake the cookies. And then yesterday, I would decorate them and then deliver them to Mom. Yeah. It took them 2 hours to do this, which is crap, mind you. But I left the place at 8.
Crap about it,
They're horrible, and I'm not going to show them again because I'm embarrassed by them. But I did let the lady know I will be back, and you will have to fix this because it's just ridiculous. And with us, we use our hands so much, especially with what
I was
we
like,
do.
us. I don't...
No, with work.
Yeah.
Like presentations or when we're enrolling, we're constantly pointing. So it's like I've been super self-conscious about my nails all week. But anyway, long story short, I come home. My family is great, right? Me, Melissa, Emily, we sit here, we break down the recipe by 3. We're all moving parts, and then I get to the last part, which I forgot that the dough has to set in the fridge for 2 hours. It's already 10:30. So we're like, all right, let's just go to bed. We'll come back tomorrow and knock it out. I was like, I'm going to leave work early, like an hour or so, because that following morning, which Wednesday morning, I had an enrollment at 6 in the morning. All right, so I was like, if I end my day an hour early,
yeah, she texted me the night before and was like, bro, this is the worst week for you to take off. I was like,
oh, for real, real.
You could just ask for help, yo.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
here.
no. Like,
I'm
I was
still
so happy that he took, this was a conversation that we've had previously. He I'm putting your business out there. All he does is just work. If it's not on work, it's on himself. You know, working out. He works out 2 times a day, and I'm like, and then he gets into these funks, and I'm like, bro, because you don't take a break. Like I work, and I'm constantly busy, but I bounce on my family all the time. Like, hey, I'm gonna go to this friend's house, and we're gonna hang out until 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, or I'm getting a hotel room and hanging out by myself. I know when I need alone time and me time, and my life is just a big ball of fun. So
we're about to have this work-life balance conversation. This is a very heated debate between the two of us here in just a minute. But the thing about you saying that, like, you was happy that I took this week off.
Oh yeah.
I still ain't been off.
He sure hasn't.
That's working unstopped.
If I knew that, then I would have had his butt get up, at 4 o'clock in the morning to meet me at 6 at this enrollment.
But and anyway, I was up at 4 o'clock the next morning.
Anyway, I knocked it out the park. So
good job.
I woke up extremely early to go do this thing, running all day. Come home. I tried getting off early. Didn't happen. Didn't end up getting home until like about 4:45. Well, 4 o'clock. But then I was talking to him on the phone, so I didn't walk inside my house until like about 4:45. Needless to say, I did not stop working until 2 a.m.
Our phone conversation ain't made no difference anyway.
No, I would have gone to bed at 1 a.m. But but the cookies came out good, and they look pretty, and they were happy with them.
Congratulations.
And so now I'm like extremely exhausted because everything is just catching up with me, and I had to take a nap before you got here because this weekend is jam-packed too.
This is your problem. You don't talk about like having a work-life balance and your life is off. like she said, all I do is work. All she do is life. Like, stop.
No, so now, all I do is not life.
Well, again, we're going to get to that.
Yeah.
I want to tell you this. You don't even know, man. Oh, my gosh, bro. And this is a really funny story. So you bear with me.
Let's bear with me.
So, just backstory. Back at, like, Christmas time, one of my sponsors for my channel sent me some clothes for around Christmas time. And
those got stolen.
It never arrived. Correct. It got stolen. It never arrived, and I had to like pony up and pay for it myself. Like I had to go back and reorder the merchandise for myself because I felt like that was the right thing to do. They wasn't.
I was about to say you didn't have to.
Yeah, they didn't feel like it was I had to, but
because you wanted to support.
Right. So, that was stolen from me. And then at that time, she was like, bro, why don't you just send the stuff to my house? And I was like, oh, yeah, I do. That makes sense. I'm over there almost I used to be over here every day,
right.
But I'm at least over here once a week. And I don't even see you that often anymore, but I still see you at least once a week. So I'm like.
Thanks to this is a real reason why I was like, we got to get it done.
But I was like,
you getting rid of me? No, I'm just kidding.
I was like, nah, that's a great idea. I should just start sending stuff to you, especially if it's like more expensive stuff. But I don't typically even order things online. I really, really don't order anything at all. Like I said, they sent that to me. I didn't order it. So I was I was laying in my bed a couple weeks ago. I was laying in my bed and I was like, oh, my back is killing me. My neck is killing me. My side is killing me. Yeah. I was like, I'm in so much pain right now. And I was like, I don't know if I'm laying wrong. Definitely the bed is trash. So I'm like, I'm just going to buy a bed right now. So I'm laying in the bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I just order a mattress. And I said, well, I don't know if I'm going to be at home when it comes. I should just send it to Burb's house. Like, it'll be safe there. She always got somebody at the house. So I was like, I'm just going to send it to her house. Perfect idea. Now, here's the thing. I ordered a mattress from this place 3 or 4 years ago when I lived here.
Oh, that's the one that got No, it didn't get stolen. They delivered it to the
wrong location. So at nighttime, in the dark, I had to drag this mattress in a box
Yeah.
back
And it was
to
heavy.
my apartment. Right. It was heavy. It was like, see, here's the thing about the box. It's like 50 to 75 pounds, which is fine, but it's large.
Right.
So like 50 to 75 pounds over like my height is a lot. So I'm like, oh man, I drag it into the house. This is flashback 4 years ago. Dragging into the house. Then I have to figure out a way to get it up the stairs by myself. So long process. But the bed was so great, I thought I have to order it again. Let me upgrade this version. I think last version was like the 8-inch version. I was like, let me get the 10-inch version, etc. And I'm going to send it to Bourbon's house because it's going to be way more secure there. Is my thought process, by the way. Way more secure.
Uh-oh, where's this going?
So I get to her house. I text Travis. I'm like, bro, can you bring the couch out? I mean, can you bring the mattress out to me, whatever. He was like, yeah. It's just in the guest room, blah, blah, blah. So he brings it out, and me and him try to carry it out. I called him on the phone. I said, hey, bro, you think that mattress gonna fit in my back seat?
Definitely not.
He was like, nah, bro, it's way too big to sit in the back seat. And I was like, all right. I forgot. I truly forgot how big it is. Now, I want y'all to know, I'm 6'5". This box is about my height. The box is at least 6'5", and it's about, I can't even show you, it's large. It's a large box. So I'm like, all right, I don't got the truck no more. So I pull up in my car. I was like, we'll just put it in the back seat with put the seats down, and scoot it in there. Too big. She won't fit. She's too tight. It's too tight. We got no kind of lubricants here. It's just too tight to get in there, right? So my brilliant idea: let's take it out of the box, because if we take it out of the box, we don't have to worry about, like, it give us a little bit more leeway, right? And we can just squeeze it in here. So I take it out of the box, try to squeeze it in there. Still too tight. Even with the plastic on, it was still not enough lubricant. It just would not fit in there. So now I'm like, all right, maybe we could try to fit it in through the front and then squeeze it in through the back, and we'll have enough space that way. I'm gonna try to squeeze it in this way, through the front, through the back. We're trying to do that. It's not working. But also at the same time, we hand me that. That's a great analogy. This is exactly what the mattress looked like. The mattress looked exactly like this, rolled up. Now, this is when I try to put it in the trunk like this. It's not going.
Right.
And we try to put it inside like this.
Right.
It's not going.
I could have told you all this before y'all even tried to do all that.
Now, check this out. As I'm pulling it out, now it's starting to unravel. So now it don't look like that no more. It look like this.
Oh, no.
And so I was like, bro, I think we might be able to put it in the Jeep. Let's try to put it in the Jeep. So he go get the keys. His DoorDash order arrives. I'm being hard on everybody in my life about food choices. So I'm like, what'd you order, bro? He was like, oh, man, just kind of had an urge for some pancakes. I was like, see, this is what happened when people ain't around me. They just make bad decisions. He just said pancakes, right?
Bad decisions, trying to put a mattress in the little car.
My man, all right, my man, pancakes, when he got his order, his pancakes arrived. It was pancakes, steak, eggs. He had a full breakfast. Okay. So he puts his DoorDash order out there. Now we're trying to move this stuff in here. And I'm telling you all of this for a very specific reason. So we're trying to jam it in there, starting to come unravel. Let's try to put it in the Jeep. Now he goes and get the keys for the Jeep, but you got the speaker back there. The speaker might be able to lay down, but then you got to take the car seat out. We got to move this other stuff. And now I'm trying to process it. Like, how we going to make this happen? Right. Then Bells come out and was like, hey, can I get the key? I got to go pick up Michelle. All right, well. All right, bro, here's what we're going to do. Hey, Melissa, y'all got some ratchet straps? And she was like,
why didn't you just ask to use the Tahoe if you were going to use the Jeep?
Because it's not my car. But like, I'm not. That's not like I'm
family,
not.
Bro.
I'm not. Come on, bro. Cut it out. So I go.
I just want to put out there, y'all. We also have a Tahoe. It's Melissa's Tahoe that we use usually for things like that.
She was standing out there watching. If the Tahoe was an option, she could have offered it.
Oh, that's messed up, Melissa.
So all right. Okay. So she goes and get ratchet straps. I say, bro, we're just gonna have to unroll it and put it on top. Which now in retrospect, we should definitely try to keep it rolled up. 100% should have tried.
This is why he needs me in his life.
100%. That's so true. This is very, very true. 100% I should have.
Yeah.
So instead, we unroll it. And this just so happens to be one of the windiest days of the year. I checked the forecast. It was 25 miles per hour. The wind.
It's been really windy lately. Today I think was kind of decent.
We put it on top of the roof. And as we're putting it on the roof, whoosh, Travis's DoorDash is gone across the street. Bro, his DoorDash food flies right into the grass.
No.
He has this big country steak in the grass. And Melissa is trying to convince him that he can still eat it. It still got 5-second rule. He can still eat it. He was like,
yo, that's my my bestie point too.
Nah,
like,
bro.
Something can be in the fridge and it could be growing legs. And it doesn't smell bad. If it doesn't smell bad, we can still eat it. No, let's put that creature in the trash. Not try to die today. So she's trying to
convince my man, you can eat this.
Oh my God.
You can still eat it. And he was like, nah, bro, I'm not gonna. You know, he told, nah, bro, I'm not gonna eat it.
Oh, that's
eggs in the grass.
So my front yard has a full breakfast going on right now.
Exactly. So then he comes out and he's like, well, pancakes still good. I was like, that's God, bro. I told you, you need that food, bro. That's what you get. And
but that was the most unhealthiest part, though, was the pancakes, right?
Yeah. So, all right.
That's God saying, here you go, son.
Travis, his meal is gone. His breakfast is now burger food. So now we put the mattress on. We ratchet strap it. I think we use 2 straps. And I was like, I'm going to just take a lap around the neighborhood. I'm going to gun it. And I'm going to figure it out. So I gun it. And it feels like the mattress is sliding back. But it don't feel like it's moving. Like it's going to fly off. But it feels like it's flying back. And as I'm going like on the main road, about 40-ish, I can just feel it. It's like, and I feel like the car is going to take flight. At any moment. I'm like, I'm going to fly away. The wind is blowing, so it's like, and I'm losing mad, like, you know how they talk about gas efficiency? You was coming back from your trip, from your essay retreat.
Oh, right.
So I'm feeling like mad resistance.
Yeah.
Like, you know, gas efficiency. I'm going straight into the wind with a mattress on top. So it's like, so I get back around and Travis goes, bro, as soon as you pulled off, bro, it got some air. And I was like, oh, shoot, bro. I think we need to strap it one more time. We strap it one more time. And I am dead set secure that this mattress is not going nowhere. I'm positive that it's not going anywhere. No. But I asked Travis, should I try? And you tell me. I said, should I? Because I said, my biggest concern is that it's going to fly off the bridge right into the water, right into the lake. I was like, it's going to fly off the bridge. If I try to, the curve. I was like, that's my biggest concern. And it's very windy outside. And it gets windier around the lake and the bridges. So I'm like, should I go 50 minutes or really an hour and go the highway route, or no highway, go 30 and 40 the whole way and it take me 2 hours? So I try to get home faster with more speed and wind, or should I try to go slower and extend the time?
Did you go the faster route? Because time is money.
You tell me what I should have done.
You should have asked Melissa for the Tahoe. So you already done lost me here.
Oh my goodness, bro. So no, you don't know. I took the longer route. Okay? So the longer route is no highway. I'm going 30, 40 miles per hour. I feel the wind flapping and breezing. I get to the first little bridge where the water is. And it feel like I'm about to fly off the streets. Like, it feel like the car is barely on the ground. And also, every car behind me is immediately not behind me. Like, nobody wants to be around me on the highway. So I pull over at some point just to check it. It's safe and secure. I was like, bro, I'm good. So I get back on the road. Now, as I'm on the road, This is the part that I really wanted to get to. As I'm on the road, there are so many cars passing by me, pointing, laughing, giggling, and recording. It's just people like this in my car.
Was it that funny?
And bro,
isn't that rude though? Like, why do people do that?
I'm such a grown man. You don't know how insecure that made me feel. I almost pulled over after every single time. Like, I'm like, what the freak are they looking at? But then I also know I can't overreact because I got a freaking king size mattress on the top of my Nissan Altima. I get it. It's ridiculous. I get it.
Is it? It's common.
No, it looked ridiculous. I'm positive of it. But also, I don't know what it looks like while I'm driving.
Well, yeah, but still.
So I pull over.
Oh my goodness! Did this
so
2-hour trip take you 3 to 4?
Bro, it's so many people looking at me and laughing. And every single person.
Did you laugh with them?
No.
You were
Matter of fact, it was one guy. You know how you drive past like a store or a Walmart or something, and these people are parked waiting to turn out. It was one guy like. I'm like, bro, is it really that funny? Is all I kept thinking. And I'm getting heated. And I'm really, really getting angry at this point because I put so much work, time, and effort into all of the content that I put out. And if I go viral for my mattress being on top of this car, I am going to lose my mind. I was so livid. I was like, if I go viral for this, I'm going to snap.
Attention is attention. Fame is fame.
I was like, I am going to snap. And then as I was driving home, I was like, bro, you can't just snap on people. You can't be online going crazy. And then I thought to myself, I'm just going to talk about it on the podcast. I was like, and if it goes viral, I am going to defend myself vehemently on the podcast. I was so livid about this. Like, so
you can't really defend yourself, though, because it wasn't a smart decision.
Yes, it was, bro.
If you were around the corner, then maybe. But, bro, you're 45 minutes with no traffic away from me. In what world?
It was a Sunday. It should have been 45 minutes. There was no traffic on my way over here.
But it was also, we were having mini tornadoes everywhere.
It was real. The wind, I think the wind probably was what made it the worst. I thought it was going to blow away, bro. I made it safely, soundly, and I've been sleeping like a baby.
And you know what?
Like a rock. I woke up.
I'm going to talk to her.
What?
Because she should have let you still take the Jeep and her take the Tahoe.
Nope. Nobody made no options, bro. That's why we all need you in our life. That's why you're here.
Probably
you're the only reasonable person. But I've been sleeping like a rock, bro. Like a freaking baby. I woke up this morning covered. I woke up this morning covered in slob. My arm was numb. I didn't know what happened.
Covered in what?
Slob, and my arm was numb. Like my whole face was wet, and my arm was numb, bro. I was like, that's good sleep, bro. I was out, and I didn't hear not one of the 18 alarms that was set.
Oh, that must have been the theme for today.
That's shots fired. Anyway, all right, so we can have this work-life balance conversation. Let's have this conversation.
I have a huge work-life balance.
You think that I work too much, and we can bring this to the court of public opinion here, because I would like their opinion on this. Sure. And I did tweet about this, and on Twitter they kind of was on your side. I'm gonna
100%.
be honest, but they didn't have my side. They just had your side.
No, because your side doesn't need to really be voiced.
Oh, that's so crazy.
That sounded horrible, huh?
Yeah, that sounds crazy.
Well, and what I mean by that is you're on this mission, right, and here, let me backtrack, okay? Again, Bestie here. So he knows my moods. He knows when I'm good. He knows when I'm not. So he'll tell me all the time, B, you're at that point. Like, you're about to snap. You need a break. Like, you just need to distance yourself. Go do this or go listen, have some time. So he tells me this all the time. So I don't understand why it's okay for me to take breaks from my day-to-day, but it's not okay for him. And
because I don't get like that.
But you do. Everybody does.
I don't.
But you do. We just had this conversation last weekend, and I just stopped talking to you because I knew it wasn't going to get anywhere. But
yeah, that's why I'm bringing it to a podcast.
You don't need it. He's like, to argue in person. You don't need it as much as I do because you don't have nearly so much stuff to juggle as I do. But I mean, physically and psychologically, mentally and spiritually, you need breaks. Yours maybe once a year, right? And I get
You say this.
our philosophy is we'd rather work and put everything into it right now and work like most people won't so that we can live our lives like most people can't in the future. So I understand that and I respect it. That's one of the things I love about you. That's one of the things that I said on our first show. Why I love you so much is because we're very linked in that. But I work hard, but I like to party hard. That just resets my button. It's like a boop, reset.
So
Let's go. Let's go get it.
You say that I get to that moment, or I get to that point. What does that look like? Because I feel like I don't change in demeanor I don't.
You get in your head, and then you just told me that after church that day you were gonna just go for a drive.
Yeah,
that's
sometimes.
That's what that looks like.
But no, sometimes I just want to walk away from life. Bro.
Do you see me right now? That's what I'm talking about.
That has nothing to do with like me being tired though. Like it legitimately is just.
Why'd you take this whole week off? Or try to anyway,
because this is you was there when I made the decision because I had not even thought about it.
I know it.
You took the week off before, and it just sounded great. So I said, "Well, what the freak I'm doing?"
Right.
And it wasn't like I need to take a break to enjoy, and a little bit of that is because of what's coming, or coming back. But I was just like, I should just take some time off to see if I can rest a little bit, but also catch up and clean up and do other things. So I wasn't like you went to Florida and you enjoyed friends and family. I was just like, I want to just.
No. When I take time off to hang out, to be with friends.
I got like 7 different jobs. I took off from one. That's what I took off from my 9 to 5. Essentially, or my 8 to 5.
He took a break from me, is what he's saying.
That is not true.
I was like, if he agrees, my feelings gonna be hurt.
I don't know. No. But I took a break from my 9 to 5, so that.
So then don't tell me that you're taking a break, okay? Because all you did was take a break from one to catch up on all the. That's called catch up, and that's still working. So you didn't take any time off. So here we still stand.
You still didn't answer my question though. What happens to me? What's different?
Those conversations of, I just want to go for a drive. You just said that you just want to walk away from life. That's not normal, bro.
Everybody feels that way.
No.
Like that's why people kill themselves because they don't want to be here.
So when I get to the point that I want to walk away from life, I do something. That is a cue. That is letting yourself know, hey, you need a break. And he does nothing for fun. Like,
I keep getting asked that all the time.
I think this is the only individual that I know in my life that you were to ask him, what do you do for fun? And he says nothing, and it's 100% accurate.
Yeah, I wish other people would understand when I tell them that too. I think they think I'm lying.
Talking about fun, are you coming to the fight party?
I didn't know it was a fight party.
Yes, you did. It's May 7th. Just letting you know. Canelo's fighting, my man. And we're celebrating Emily's birthday, so.
May 7th. I feel like I got plans, bro. It sounds like.
No, you don't. Whatever. No.
It sounds like something.
This is probably why I haven't said anything, so that I could just bring it up on you and it doesn't give you enough time to book your schedule. But it's a fight, man. It's gonna be chill.
Yeah, we'll see. This is the thing, and I do have another. My side does matter. Doggone it. And,
let's hear it.
And then especially because of what I sent you. Because we was arguing in text, but I felt like this point was so good, and I walked you into a corner, and you got mad about it. So you was like, I'm just going to drop it now.
No,
when
there's no talking to him. I also said that on our first episode.
Yes, that's true.
We usually just agree to disagree.
So when I text you, and I said, you work hard, correct? Mm-hmm. Very, very hard. At your 9 to 5, that could extend from 6 to 7. Mm-hmm. It could be from 6 in the morning to 7 in the afternoon until you get home, right? So you work very hard at that, and I know you're not going to have fun or a party or anything if you don't have your responsibilities taken care of.
100%.
100%. that solves the problem to me. That's my responsibilities don't stop. So I go to work from 9 to 5, or again, it could be from 6 to 7. I come home, I have to edit videos for my YouTube channel. I have to edit videos for clients. I have to edit videos for this podcast. I have to create other social media content. I'm in an internship for Angela Rye. That stuff never stops. There's always something else. Again, key example, I took off this week. Stop doing that. I took off this week, and on Monday, I was working on my YouTube videos. I released 2 videos on Monday for Snowfall. Thank you guys again for all your support. It's been amazing. I received 1.4 million watch hours the last month. That's crazy to me. Mind blowing. And also thank you to the podcast watchers. But I did all of this work on Monday for the video, right? And I said, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna be good. I can start to work on my next video or whatever the case, and rest in between that, right? The next day, I wake up and there's an emergency. We need to get more information. We need work done in the internship. Can anybody help? I was like, I'm not gonna offer myself to help for this at all. An hour, 2 hours go by, nobody is offered to help. So I say, I can help. So I'm helping with that now, right? Less than 10 minutes after I decided to help that, I receive a phone call from a client. And that client says, hey, I need a video for this Sunday. 3-minute long video. It needs to include X, Y, and Z. Can you get this done for me? And I need it early so we can make sure we make any changes, et cetera, et cetera. We got to run through on Saturday. Can you make this happen for me? Well, it's not even to make it happen. It's work. I got to do that, right? So then that got thrown onto my plate. So I'm asking you, at what point are you supposed to rest? Like, these are responsibilities that have to be done, or otherwise you jeopardize future income. Say no. I don't ever say no to opportunities.
And you did hear him like 20 minutes ago where he said I could have just called him, right? This is exactly why I did it. Because I know you would have.
Yeah.
And you said you wanted a break.
But I would have came and helped you. I was up anyway.
It doesn't matter. The whole point is that you said you wanted to take a break, and you didn't. All you did was catch up on other things. And not even catch up, because you had new things thrown at you.
Yeah.
So I see it as God knew you were going to have such a hectic week that he was throwing things at you, so he put that thought in your head so you can get it done. That's not a break, though, bro.
So here's the thing, though. My point about this work-life balance is, and I think this is a very, very important point to bring up to you. Years ago, when I dropped out of college, I was 19 years old, and I was living with my grandmother, essentially, in North Carolina. I was broke, dead broke. Couldn't afford a haircut. I couldn't afford food. My mom would send me money for a haircut. I would go get a lesser than haircut so I could still afford to buy some Oreos and get an orange soda. Don't laugh, bro. This is serious. So
not ramen or.
Well, there was food in the house.
Oh, gotcha.
So I didn't have to worry about food, and I never had a job before, and I was trying to get a job.
He just wanted his Oreos.
Yeah. And I remember staying there being super, super broke and being like, if I ever get a chance or another opportunity in life to work or whatever, I'm going to kill it. But also, I cannot wait to make enough money to buy Oreos whenever I want to. That was my biggest accomplishment in life, is to be able to buy Oreos whenever I want to. And when I first got married and we was both getting paid, we lived paycheck to paycheck, but
still had your Oreos.
Yeah, I could buy Oreos whenever I want to. I thought that was the pinnacle of life. I had reached my goals. At least my childhood goals. So anywho, at that time, that was a big deal to me. And I remember like being broke and not liking that feeling at all. Then fast forward, living in Arkansas, I'm married. I have a 9-to-5 job. Well, it wasn't 9 to 5. I worked in retail at Gander Mountain. And some days I would open. So I would be there from like on Monday, we had to be at 5 o'clock in the morning because of the truck. And then we would leave at like 2. But I would come home every single day. It didn't matter if I was working in the morning or if I had to close at night. If I closed at night, it was before. And if it was after, it was after. I mean, if I opened, then it was after. Come on every single day and just play the video game. Every single day. I was ranked in the top 2% in the world at Madden and playing video games. And I would even watch people on YouTube play video games. And I didn't even know that this was a thing that people could do for money. I didn't know at all. I just watched other people play the game. And then I would go and do the same thing at my house.
Right.
And I played the game, and I was very, very good at the game on a regular basis. And I remember saying to my wife, hey, would you think it would be cool if I was like to play games for a living? Because this seems pretty fun to do this. And she was like, absolutely not. There's no way I would be married to somebody that play video games for a living. Absolutely not. And I was like, oh. So I'm not going to play video games for a living. I know it's crazy, right? So.
I just heard clip, clipping your wings. Clip.
So I'm like, all right, bet. I didn't know that though.
Yeah.
So then I started this career. I moved to Arizona, and I was all about this. 100% all about this. I would go home. Same thing though. I would go home, play the video game. It's time to decompress. I worked a long, hard day. It's time to enjoy life. It's time to decompress, right?
There you go.
Fast forward a few years later, and I started creating content. I started getting business opportunities. I'm starting to do all these different things. And I look back at that time of my life like it was nothing but a huge waste of time. Like all I did was waste time. So now I think to myself, you should be working at all opportunities in order to accomplish a goal. Because you, for years, were slacking, gaining weight, not doing anything with your life. You wasn't doing anything productive or making additional income. For some reason, even though I knew this stuff even back then, for some reason, I never considered how to make additional income. I only thought that I needed to move up at a job.
Well, you've grown up, and by reading books and studying like you do, you come to realize.
The crazy thing, I knew it then. I read Rich Dad Poor Dad at 19, and I fully understood it. Like, I understood these principles, I just wasn't applying them in no kind of way. So now that I have the opportunity to apply them, I feel like I'm squandering the opportunity if I take the time off to relax.
No, you're not squandering the opportunity. It's called recharging yourself, which everybody needs. You're not a machine, bro. You know, and I speak of that passionately because I was you when I had my restaurant bar.
Right.
All I did was sleep, breathe, eat that restaurant. You know, I was doing it on my own. It was just constant. I was doing the shopping. I was, you know, making sure the recipes were right. I was back in the kitchen. I was also bartender. I was always prepared. Like, my life did not stop. It was a dream. Okay, it was a dream of mine to have this place. But I'm a social person. And though I had my clientele, I had my regulars that would come and we would have fun, I missed my friends and I missed my family. And to me, that there was just, I knew after I shut that down that I never wanted to go through that again. Nothing is worth me giving 100, like everything to where I don't have that balance. And before, I mean, I didn't have Mark Anthony then, especially not now. And that comes from, you know, my mom working 2-3 jobs, always being gone. We never needed anything, but we never had her there. You know, which I give her mad kudos. I don't know how she did it. She was a single parent of 2. I'm a mother and I have a village of 5 in my house and I still get stressed out. So kudos to my mom. But to me, I never wanted to be that either.
So
I made the decision to have a child. You know, I don't know if y'all know. I can't pop. Oh my goodness, I'm pregnant. Right. So we planned this. And I made a promise to Glady that I wouldn't get lost. Because I was lost in it before when I did this individually. I'd be out of the house by 7 o'clock in the morning and I wouldn't get home until 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. And for what? Yes, money is important. Yes, that financial security is important. But at the end of the...
that's the other part that matters a lot, though. Finish your statement, but we remember that.
All I'm saying is, though, there's a balance to that as well. I agree with everything that you're doing, and I'm so proud of everything that you're doing and that you're committing to. I just wish that you would just take a little bit of time, to have fun and just enjoy the fruits of your labor. Like, enjoy how far you've come. You know, like,
For me though, how far I've come, the how far I've come has nothing to do with money. It has nothing to do with the income or the
get it.
potential opportunities that's coming. Because I do feel like there are several. Um, the fruits of my labor or how far I've come, so to speak, is the amount of work that I do. Like I
See,
didn't have these opportunities before, so I'm like, bro, I this is so cool to me that I have multiple streams of income.
right, but I'm not saying in order to take a break, it's you taking a weekend off or taking a week off. Which that was the first time I did that in a very long time, and it was very uncomfortable. My eyes started twitching by day 3, just so you know. So I don't recommend that. But hey B, let's go have dinner. Or that place. You used to do that. That place where you play video games.
Yeah.
Where you just disconnect, you just go.
I tried
you know
sometimes, but I don't have the time. I still pay for it, but I don't have the time.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying that you have to, even on a weekly basis, but if maybe just once a month, you take 2 hours, bro, or 3 hours to go to that place and play your video game.
So here's the thing, and the reason she's saying gotta go somewhere play video games, and I just told you I was one of the best in the world at playing video games. I don't own one. I don't have a video
And that's
game
why,
anymore.
because he doesn't want to be tempted or what? Because I will buy you one right now.
No, because I don't have the time for it. So it doesn't make any sense to me to this is how oh, please let me run this back. This is how much I was into video games before. On my honeymoon, we went and bought me a video game. I bought a PlayStation 4 on my honeymoon. And we bought her a laptop for her job, and we bought me a PlayStation for me. And I played the video game on a honeymoon. I played it, and then I essentially played it every day that we was married. I just don't have the time to do that anymore. And when I look back at that younger version of myself, I think...
Yeah, but you were doing that all the time. There's a difference from who you were there and now. You can't sit here every day and sit on the couch and play video games. You can't.
But also...
But taking a couple hours, maybe once a month, to decompress and just not think of anything, give your brain a rest, you need that.
To your point earlier about how you never wanted to do it again and you're a social person and you need that interaction, also our personalities are indicative of our behavior. I am not a social person anyway, so it makes it so much easier for me not to do this stuff.
You still need a break, is what I'm saying. And that's why I said, go play video games for 2 hours once a month. I didn't say, hey, come and hang out with me and party. Sometimes. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though I'm pretty fun, could play some Phase 10, I beat you in checkers. I'm just saying, we could rematch. I don't know how to play checkers, bro. But you know how to play chess.
And I can teach you how to play chess, and then I can teach you that.
And then I can teach you how to play checkers. But that, right? We're not talking about work. Your mind's not on what you need in the edit and all that other stuff. That is what I'm talking about. And I'm not saying to do it every day or even every week. But everybody needs a recharge.
So the thing about that is, well, and this is the last thing on that. It's not that I don't agree. I feel guilty when I'm not working.
And
I feel guilty when I'm not working because I wasn't blessed with, and I don't want to even make it feel that way, but I just didn't have these opportunities. I wasn't blessed with these type of opportunities before. And I also feel like, as I sent you that picture, the guy with the shovel that's digging, and one guy gives up and walk away. I know, but I feel like I'm so close, so why not keep going now and just break through?
Because you're going to burn yourself out, and you're not going to enjoy it anymore. What you do outside of your 9 to 5, it's a passion. You love doing it. You're going to burn yourself out. And then that's going to become an issue.
Do you know that I am thoroughly enjoying my life right now? Do you understand that? Do you understand how much I am enjoying my life right now? My break now is working out. I am all in. I love it. But
which is funny because just 2 weeks ago you were like, man, this doesn't become a habit. You have to make that decision.
No. It's not a habit. It's
I understand.
just a decision.
But I mean, I felt like it was a mood change from that to this week. Saying how you enjoyed.
I'm freaking addicted to working out, and I loved it 2 weeks ago. It still is. My body's just not gonna start working out though. I still have to make the decision to work out.
But you know what? Maybe that's your break. JK, that's your break. You working out.
All right, but then we got a happy medium there.
That's never happened.
That's BS. So
first time in history, caught on camera.
I want to show you this video.
I was about to say, yeah, let's move on because we're gonna bore y'all with our back and forth. This is how we would have 8-hour conversations on the same topic.
And we will close out with this right here.
Don't block your face.
I'm not gonna block my face, and I will put this up, so don't worry.
I had a perfect.
First, let me lead into this. Cam Newton went viral this week, and I'm not gonna tell you why or what he said yet, but he went viral this week. This was a topic of discussion. This was a conversation to be had. So I want to show you this clip, and then we can have a discussion about it. Sounds good? All right.
I had a perfect example of what a man was in my life by my father. My parents has been together for 36, 37 years now, and it's a beautiful thing. I grew up in a 3-parent household. My mom, my father, and my grandmother. And I knew what a woman was, not a bad bitch.
Okay, what's the difference?
A woman.
Okay.
A bad bitch is a person who's just, girl, I'm a bad bitch. I'm doing this, I'm doing that. I look the part, but I don't act the part.
Okay.
And it's a lot of women who are bad bitches. And I say bitches in a way, not to degrade a woman, but just to go off the aesthetic of what they deem as a boss chick. Now, a woman for me is handling your own, but knowing how to cater to a man's needs, right? And I think a lot of times when you get that aesthetic of like, I'm a boss bitch, like I'm a this, I'm a that. No, baby, but you can't cook.
Okay.
You don't know when to be quiet. You don't know how to allow a man to lead.
Be quiet.
All right, let's have this conversation. So, social media is very upset about this conversation. And I've had this conversation tentatively with somebody else, and what they were saying is they saw people upset with his terminology and speaking to women and saying that they were bad bees and all this other stuff. But the big sentiment on social media from the bad bees, the bad chicks, is the catering, the be quiet, the blah 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 blah. So he kind of getting it on both sides, which is so funny to me. I want to put this out front. Cam Newton is my guy. And in this conversation, I'm not playing favoritism. I'm not caping.
You agree with what he said?
I'm not capping for Cam Newton in this conversation. But I 1000% agree with what he said.
I'm about to walk out.
1000% agree with what he said. And here's how I know you also agree. First of all, you were agreeing all the way up until he said be quiet. First of all, you was definitely agreeing all the way up to that point. But you, as let's say a bad chick, somebody who is a boss, somebody who runs things, somebody who is essentially the head of the household, you are that chick that he's referring to.
I am.
You don't look at yourself like that. Like, you don't look at yourself like this super Instagram model, I'm a boss, I don't need no dude type chick. You don't look at yourself like that.
Right.
But essentially, you carry some of the same characteristics as those individuals.
I take care of home and the people I care about.
But guess what, though? You know how to cater to your family.
100%.
You also know when to be quiet. You would never, you would never in your life, if we was in a relationship, you would never in your life undermine me. Now I'm not saying my authority, but you would never undermine me, or you would never talk crazy to me. You would never disrespect me. You know when to be quiet.
I don't think that's called being quiet. I think that's being in a relationship and respecting each other.
That's what he's saying, though. He's saying that they don't have the respect.
He said be quiet. And I think if that's what he could have worded it differently. Because you explaining it like that, no, absolutely. Right? But I think that's just having that relationship with individuals, knowing when to speak and when not to.
I forgot the last word he said. He said, cater to your man. You don't know how to cook. You don't know how to cater to your man. You don't know how to be quiet. And you don't know how to let a man lead. That's true. This is true. Those quote unquote bad chicks. And if you're watching this, you're one of them. First of all, thank you. What's up? No, I'm just kidding. But if you are one of those bad chicks, y'all don't. They don't know how to cater to a man. They don't know how to cook. They don't know how to be quiet. They don't know how to let a man lead.
I consider myself a bad B.
But you do those things.
And I do those things.
Your sister does those things.
Absolutely. Shout out to Rachel. No, just kidding.
You see what I'm saying?
But, so YZ Group, not everybody's like that. Now, I will say this.
Those chicks are crazy.
I love WAP. I love that song. But yes. I will tell you, when I heard I don't cook, I don't clean, but I still got this ring, I was like, how can people be so proud of that?
That's good. That's
nowadays?
Good. There you go.
You know,
that's
like,
the point right there. Yes.
I love the whole song.
Yes,
I'm a lyricist, so when they play with things like that, I love it.
Yes.
But me coming from the culture, like, I come home every day and I cook. Now, recently, due to some advice, I don't come home and cook every day anymore. But I enjoy doing that because I know that I'm taking care of my family. This is a time where most of the time, everybody comes downstairs and we're jamming out to music and, you know, we're talking, we're catching up about our day. Every day, I'm cooking, Emily comes down, how was your day? Great. You know, I love these conversations, this time that we get with our family, and then we sit down and we break bread together. I love that. But and that's why I said early on that there's certain opinions that people may agree or may not agree with, and that's one of them. I don't see how you can be whole and not be able to provide for your family. But I think that's the Spanish background. My grandma cooked food for us every day. You know, I always looked at a perfect home, and I didn't care if it was boy, girl, boy, girl, girl. Certain things that made a home, and that home cooking, that homey feel, that it just went hand in hand with it. So,
and that's what I'm
so many people are proud now that they don't
do that. Like
I don't.
And I do want to clarify this, and I think I'm kind of speaking for him, but because I understand his point totally, in totality, even the word choice, because I know those girls. Those girls on the internet, they wasn't mad that he called them a bad chick. They was mad because he told them that they don't know how to cater and cook and clean and be quiet. They agree with the bad chick part.
That's the one that got to me. And that's what I was going to say. They don't mind being called a bad B.
That's the part. They not mad at that. I'm going to tell you, the ones that's mad at the bad chick version is the ones that cook, clean, and cater to their husband. You see what I'm saying? So those are the women that's mad at that. But the thing about...
I think it's just the word choice.
That's what it is, though.
It just... It takes women back so far.
Yes. And here's the thing that I don't want to say, like, he said, like, there's a difference between a bad chick and a woman.
And I don't.
There is. And first of all, they made the decision to not want to know how to cook, not going to cater to a man. I'm not going to clean. I'm not going to do this. And I'm not saying that doesn't make them a woman. Obviously, they are still a woman. But that woman that we're talking about, the quintessential housewife, not even like housewife, because it sounds crazy, but like, do you know what I mean?
100%. That's why I'm laughing.
There is a certain type of woman, and most men, especially old-fashioned men, somebody who watched his mom and dad be married for 36 years, his mom takes care of his dad.
And the household, and also doesn't work. So now you move forward to where now it's dual income. Now the wife or the woman or the person that's a bad B that you don't consider bad B anymore is out there working, making her own money, bringing the same kind of contribution to the household, but you still expect her to do all this other stuff. And so we add so much more to our plate. Where do you guys step up?
So you cannot do that, though. Like,
we can't do what?
You cannot, and I'm talking about, like, I don't think he was inferring that, but you cannot have, and we're advancing the conversation. We're off camera now. But you cannot, you can't expect a woman to do all of those things and still be, I guess you want to say, take care of the home. But I don't think anybody asking them to do that anymore. And I mean, there are
But
obviously
you're just
women.
saying that that's what makes a woman a woman.
I don't like.
That's what he said.
Yeah, a housewife, or whatever you want to call it, but there is a traditional woman. Excuse me. Let's go with that terminology. That's what makes them a traditional woman. And some people want a traditional woman.
And it's
I
fine to
don't
go find
care.
yourself a traditional woman.
Huh?
I said, fine, then go find yourself a traditional.
That's what he's saying though. Like,
That's not what he's saying. He's saying that, like, his mom was this, and
that's what he wants. And that's what he's saying. I want a traditional woman. I don't want a bad chick. Like, I don't want that girl. And I honestly, I think he was
said
referring
what
to his
he was
relationship.
saying. What's the difference? When he referenced bad bees and a woman, the guy asked him, "What's the difference?" And he proceeded to explain to him what the difference was. But to me, a woman is a bad bee. To me, a woman is someone that can go out there, make her living, bring home the bacon, the chicken, the eggs, and flip a tortilla. Okay, come home, take care of her family, cook for her family, be present, get up and do it all over again. To me, that is a woman.
That's rare though.
But
that's not a.
You got yourself a unicorn boot. No, I was kidding.
Yeah, like that's really, really rare.
But to me,
especially
that's what
time.
a woman is.
I think
staying home and making sure the laundry's
and I'm
folded
not saying
and
that like women can
being
obviously
submissive
go to
to
work.
your man. But that's how the people that are outraged right now, that's how they're taking it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like there are those type of women though. There are women who want to do that. There are women that want to be these terminologies are awful because of that they come from a different time. But I don't mean anything by submissive to your husband or to your wife, whatever. I don't mean being submissive as in a bad terminology. I just mean that you understand I'm the head of the household and you are.
But why? Why are you the head of the household?
That's traditional standard. That's traditional standard though. Like,
but no,
I cannot
you were the head of the household before because you would go and bust your behind and go work and bring home all the bacon, and then I was there, pretty little, pregnant and barefoot in the kitchen, cooking and doing all that. That was our roles before, and that is why you were the head, because you would go out there and make sure we had the means to do what I had to do. So yes, you were the leader. Nowadays, no. I'm sorry. If me and you were together, you bringing in your own, I'm bringing in my own. There is no head of our house. There's a partnership in our house.
There is no equality. Like, cut this out. Cut this equality thing out. This is a Bill Burr joke from back in the day. But if there was a fire in this house, who are they rescuing first? Women and children. Nobody worry about me. Nobody thinking about me. So that's the price. Nope. That's the price that we pay.
No, but I don't agree with that either.
Hold on. But also, as a female, if it was me, you in this house, and you and a child in this house, and somebody broke into this house, who are we expecting to go stop this? Who are we expecting to go investigate this?
In my household, all of us. I'm not gonna count on my, and I'm with the woman, so, but I'm just saying, same thing with and I'll bring the same point with the military. I agree that women want equality on certain things and then don't expect it. And I think we had the conversation about opening doors in the past. But the military, same. They don't want women in the front line because of that mentality. It's not that we're not capable of it, right? But the problem is the men in the military, not the women. And I say that, bringing up G.I. Jane, not trying to bring up Jada Pinkett, okay? But in that movie, that was a very huge scene where she was captured and her unit risked their lives. They wouldn't listen because they were because you guys see us as weak. And you guys see us as somebody that needs to be protected.
So, but then that's the reason why y'all are killing chivalry. You cannot have it both ways. You cannot tell me to treat you like a equal, but then also treat you like a woman. If you can open your own door, you want to be on the front lines, you want to go check on the robber, then you can go do those things, but you can't have it both ways.
Yes, you can.
No, you cannot. See, look at you like.
Well, I go home I go and work 9 to 5, but I still come home and fry that bacon. So aren't you having it both ways?
No, I didn't tell you to go to work. doing it on your own.
That's you though. That's you.
And here's
right?
the thing. I want people to work.
Look,
I want you to do whatever you want to do.
Live
your life how you want to.
But that's you. And that's why we think similar. Like, for example, Gladys, she would love to stay home and just take care of the kids. Baby, do you, boo. I could not be that person. Right? I don't think anything, I actually think that's freaking amazing because that's something that I would lose my mind.
Yeah. Right?
But this conversation, this argument is not for people like us because we don't think that way. This is for conversation for people like that.
So
that
I'm
think,
saying like, and now she explained to you the dynamics of her household. It's all women in here for the most part. Essentially, it's all women in here. So of course, it's all of y'all going together. Of course, it's not a leader in the house,
It's not even
bro.
so much. I mean, I'm the one closest to the door, so I'm the one that will grab the Glock first.
But you see what I'm saying? Like, there is
But if
no.
Melissa was downstairs, then it would be her. Like, it's just.
There is no leader in this house, for lack of a better term. But in my household, who's the leader? Who's the leader in my household?
But that brings me back to my point. She stay home and she watches your son and she takes care of your son. She's not working. So you go and you make sure financially sound you guys are okay. And she makes sure that your home is okay. There's a difference there.
Oh.
And without your leadership, the house will not run the way it does.
I want to pull this up.
That's my point. But for a couple where they're both out there working and they're both doing their thing, then there is no leader. We are in a partnership. We are in a relationship and we are in a partnership and it's 50-50.
I want to read this to you. This is from my partner. And the reason why. This is the only other person I had this conversation with. Because I kind of already knew what the response was going to be. But
on her?
Yeah. All right. I don't disagree with him at all. And I understood what he was saying. He wants and likes a traditional woman. Terminology that I was searching for earlier. I don't have an issue with that, but it's because I'm more comfortable in that role. I agree that women have to let men lead and that some of us are to blame for the demasculization. Women want to be super independent, but also want a traditional man. And it's hard for a relationship to exist and both work, at, not like working, but for them to be independent and have you can't have both work at the exact same time. And I'm not mad about what he said. I understand his point. I don't like his choice of words. Blase.
And that's what I think. I think it was mainly, he has validity to what he's saying, but I think it was a choice of words. It literally just took me back. Like, literally just took me back to when this is what was expected. I don't know. I think you can have both. I think you can have both.
But you agree, though, like, even as I made my point, you agree, like, you know how to be quiet, though. Like,
but when you say it like that,
it sounds crazy. It sounds like I'm putting you down.
100%.
It sounds like it's demeaning. But as I'm explaining it to you,
I know when to argue and I know when to shut up. Yes.
But also, you just never gonna, and this is anybody across the board. You're just not disrespecting somebody, but you know the female that would do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know those girls would be like,
just say
you don't
just
tell
to
me
do,
to talk, you don't tell me what to do. You don't tell me how to do this.
But
that's crazy.
But those females to me are not bad bees.
But that's what they think they are.
I agree with you.
And by social media standards, they are.
I'm sorry, a bad bee to me is someone. To me, his definition of a woman. No, because his choice of words got to me. But to me, a bad bee is not somebody that's looking fly. Has a great snatched up body, nails done, hair done. Got all these dudes and doing all that. That is not a bad bee to me. A bad bee is someone that can take care of home, and still have fun and still enjoy life and be a good individual and a good soul. That to me is a bad bee. That's my definition.
Just describing herself. It's so crazy.
I told you I'm a bad bee.
She's just describing herself.
But you know what? That's what my sister is. And that's who I look up to. Mm-hmm. Right? And I've always said, looking up to her, like, man, if I could just be half of that, I'm great.
Let's do this. And I don't want to even say specific names, okay? I do not want to say specific names because I believe maybe at least one of them watched this podcast. So I'm not trying to put them out there. But we have a management couple. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm talking about?
Mhm.
Okay, and that wife is a boss.
100%.
100%, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I believe I cannot speak for them, but I believe she goes home and take care of the house. What do you think? And it doesn't matter one way or the other what you think.
I think it's equal with them.
Okay. So the couple in the office, right?
Right.
Okay. So you think it's equal with them that he'll go home and do as much as she would at home?
100%.
Okay. Now,
Just because I know her and I don't think she'll look
She'll put
anything
up-
different.
yeah,
No,
okay.
just kidding.
so now,
But I just think he's that genuine good guy that would do that.
okay, I agree. So
Okay.
now, but I believe that she'd take care of the house though. That's just my opinion. But I don't disagree with you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now we have another couple friend that left, had a baby. I believe 100% she take care of the house.
Yes.
But they are both bosses to me. I don't see them any differently.
Well, she takes care of the house now because they had a baby.
Right. But
Right.
even beforehand though, like,
Oh no, I agree. They're both boss.
and even when she wasn't, let's say even when she stopped working.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously she stopped working because of the baby.
Right.
But I believe that she would then still be a boss though.
Right.
Like
What are you getting at? I'm sorry.
so I'm saying that they both play different opposite roles, essentially. It's especially to you, because one of them is working and then you believe it's equal at home. And then the other one is purely taking care of a child. And we both consider them bosses. And
Well,
I do. But I'm
right.
saying, like, you cannot be a traditional woman. And I know you're saying that it's changing now. And it is changing.
Mm-hmm.
But you cannot be a traditional woman and be this bad chick. This Instagram model, I'm flying out, I'm doing this, I got my own money, I could do this, I could do that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't be that and also be a traditional woman. But your version of traditional woman, as you're saying
I was
that
about
it's
to say,
evolved, is different. And
Because
I
that
agree with that woman.
second couple that we were talking about,
Mhm.
that's what she's doing. She's at home, she's taking care, but she still has her social media, and she still has her other things that she's
And
taking
we
care
love
of on
you,
the
by
side.
the way.
We do.
So very much.
We do.
But you see what I'm saying? Like,
But to me, that's still, and I think it's just because of her thought process and what she believes in, and she's gonna go out there, she's gonna make it happen no matter what. It just happens that now she's at home, she's not doing what we do anymore, because she's at home, but she's still bringing in other forms of income,
right.
by doing what she loves to do, and she can do that and stay home and still take care of her kid and do what she would. So yeah, that's even extra boss.
But so I think that we'll just both agree that boss chick is the one that's doing both. Like the real new definition of it would be the boss chick that's doing both. That's taking care of home
The
and
boss
getting
woman.
the bag. Yeah. Like, but you not. Yeah, let's do that. Let's call it a boss woman. The boss chick ain't taking care of home, and the woman ain't getting no money. The boss woman is doing both.
Boom! We just coined a new term.
It's over, man. It's over. It's over. Thank you guys for
It's a
watching
wrap.
this episode. What a
I'm never gonna call myself a boss B anymore. I'm a boss W. What?
This is a long podcast, but I think it was a good conversation. So thank you guys so much, and
Absolutely.
we out.